there was the coaches meeting. What is it called? The owners meeting, coaches meeting.
It's an owners meeting, but the coaches are all there too.
But the coaches go. They were in Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
Think so.
Think they're in Florida.
I think it is.
So all the coaches were there. Got to hear from all the coaches, but also got to hear from NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. And Roger Goodell had something to say about something that Ryan has been a big proponent of, and that is a rule change for the NFL overtime rules. But pause.
Ruh-roh.
It's not for the regular season. It's only for the postseason. So in the regular season, you can still end in a tie, all that stuff. But in the postseason, each team is going to get the ball guaranteed at least one time. Ryan, I'm going to allow you to take your victory lap before I eviscerate your argument. Go ahead.
Yep. Thank you. I mean, I've just, I've been a big proponent of this. Me and Mark talked about this over text or Twitter or whatever form of communication we use this week. That this isn't exactly what we wanted. Like, we wanted all the games, right? We wanted the regular season to do this too. But I consider this a small victory on the path to a larger war. We gotta get there. We gotta get all the games going. But I'll take postseason.
Mark, anything to add?
Yeah, real fast. I think this is ridiculously dumb to be like, what we'll use as our petri dish is the most important games in football. You know what? We need everyone to get a chance in the postseason, but not in the regular season is such a weird backwards why it follows no logic. It's not that I hate the rule change itself. It's that the rule change and the way they're going about it indicates just a massive illogical approach to the entire thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. So based off of that, I mean, the petri dish kind of thing, that's not the case, because you already see every other league and every other sport have a better overtime system. You're not really trying anything new, like, per se. It's just that you're making it more valuable for the games that are actually more important.
You're absolutely making it new for the entirety of football.
Except
so,
they all
okay,
played
so
in
here's
college.
the thing. Okay, so what do you do? So what do you do when you get the coin toss now?
You actually play the game.
Yeah, no, but what do you do? What's the decision? You defer?
Yeah. That's what you do in college.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we'll see.
Gan, anything?
I mean, it's definitely huge, right? I mean, I think we saw the statistic that during this last season or whatever the statistic was, that the first person that won the coin toss won like 90% of the games, right? So it's obviously a huge deal now that the overtime rule has changed. So you can't just win off who scores first on a touchdown or whatever it is. So it'll be really interesting to see how it plays out. I agree with Mark. It seems a little bit backwards. Why wouldn't they just try it in the regular season first to see if it actually pans out the way they want it to, instead of doing it in the playoffs? Or at the same time.
Yeah.
What's this half look? Breaking Bad fans will understand the reference here. No half measures. Okay.
That's right.
We're here to get things done. And this doesn't get something done. We're going to be revisiting this again next offseason.
Right.
So here's my multitude of problems. Number one, again, we are treating the people who wanted change only cited the Bills and the Chiefs as the reason for the change. They didn't cite any of the games during the regular season. They don't cite Jacksonville against Tennessee. They don't cite any of those they don't cite Lions against Bears. They don't do any of that crap. They see the biggest games with the most eyeballs, and that's their knee-jerk reaction to why we need change. But they don't, because do what?
Straw man.
Whatever. So you go past that point. So now my argument was get a stop on defense. So now what do you have to do to win the game? Get a stop on defense still.
That is, but
still you do.
Okay, so here's the thing about that.
I get the ball.
Getting a stop on defense is literally the point of the game. You could say that about anything.
If I go down my team and I go score, and then you get the ball and I stop you, ball game over, that's fair. But if I score and you can't stop me, that's not fair. Insanity.
Yes.
Insanity.
Because there's two sides to this football game. There's an offense and a defense, and you have to give the other team a chance.
They have a chance. Stop them.
The offense doesn't have a chance.
So now
Okay.
the new rules are you score, great. They get the ball. You score,
Yeah.
great. Now you have to get a stop. So
Yeah.
literally all we did was move it down two
No,
possessions.
you're giving the other team a chance to actually score.
Yeah.
Like you
So
don't
after
even
that,
give
are
them.
we going to trade again? Are
No.
we gonna trade? So
No,
we're not.
I think-
so. You have to
Look,
get a
the
stop
only
to win.
argument that I have ever had is that both teams should have possession of the ball. And
Wait, so we
Yeah,
can
that's
still end in a tie? No, I mean we can't
No.
because it's
Well,
overtime
no.
playoffs.
No,
it'll
but you-
go to
Okay, so
sudden
we
death
do
after
keep,
that.
it
second
goes to sudden
possession.
death after that.
Mhm.
Okay, so the Mason's right.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe you don't.
Wow,
that
defer
felt
because you
so
take
good.
the first.
No.
possession.
Well,
He's
okay, so
not
that's
right.
that's my point. Is kind of what Trevor's saying is we don't know. He goes, maybe you do, maybe you don't defer. We don't know what people are going to do. I saw speculation coming out of the owners' meetings that the team to get the ball first is going to go for two every time because they don't want to be put in a position of going for one and then the other team going for two
And
and
win
you
the
don't
game.
get the ball.
That's
This is a massive change. A massive change.
You
to
have the
NFL
exact same thing
playoff
within NCAA
rules.
though.
Sick.
Well,
this is
no.
a massive change. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
he keeps
Yeah,
on
you
going
do.
back and forth. College, he goes
No,
back and forth.
college, you can do that. You can you can go
yeah,
score
no,
a
yeah, you
touchdown,
can.
and then
Yeah,
the
you
other
can.
ball will get,
Yeah.
the person will get the ball, and
Cool,
they can go for two.
You know who hasn't coached in college in 50 years is Bill Belichick. So this is a massive change. To
I'm
the
not saying
NFL
it's not a massive
playoff
change.
over like postseason rule structure, and I don't know. Throwing it in the postseason is ridiculous.
I want to throw
I'm
this
sorry,
out there.
Mason. We cut you off. I think at some point.
I want
It's
to throw this
okay.
out there real quick because, like, speaking of 2-point conversions, my Titans, which I disagree with this movement, they proposed a rule where the first possession team has the opportunity to secure the win with a 2-point conversion after a touchdown. So basically, if there wasn't a 2-point conversion, then it would go back and the other team would get a chance to score. What do you guys think of that?
I don't like that.
No.
I just don't
No.
like it because I mean my entire argument is that each team should have possession. Other than that, I don't really care.
Each team have possession, and then once both teams score, we go back to the original rules. That's insane.
Sure.
That's literally insane to me. Why
So
not just
Ryan-
go with the original rules? Do
No,
you see-
because-
Matt, do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I do.
Look, I
For sure.
understand what you're saying, but it's literally like you like take the Chiefs and the Bills. Those defenses, neither of them were stopping them. Okay, neither of them were. So, giving the Chiefs the ball first, that was game over, right? Giving the Chiefs the ball and then they score, Bills have a chance, go down and score. Then you see what happens, right? At least you gave them the opportunity and you got Josh Allen the ball. That's what matters. We don't know what would have happened after that. We have no idea, but you have to give them that chance.
So Ryan, I want to interrogate this just a little because you won it in the regular season too, right?
Yes, I did.
Because I do. What is your like? Let's say you get to the end of the 10-minute period and the teams are still tied. Are you
Mhm.
giving them a tie?
In
Throwing
the
a tie on
regular
record?
season,
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to think about that.
Because to me, the best way to do it is just
I don't like ties.
like a 10-minute period. And if you're still tied at the end of a 10-minute period, then you play another 10-minute period. But the way that we convolute ourselves around these rules is
Mhm.
silly.
They're not
Yeah.
going to do. They're. I get what you're saying, Mark, and I would love to see that, but because of player safety protocols and stuff, they're not gonna.
No, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. And that's also part of the reason we're not getting regular season version
You're
of
right.
this.
You're
It's
right.
player protocol and TV
Yeah.
times, actually.
Yeah.
Why don't we just do a shootout between 2-point conversions like the way college is doing now after like I think third overtime now? Like it's you
It gets
you reduce it down to like a single play.
Those
You
are
also
fun, but
neutralize
they're-
the teams that aren't built for that are
they're
built
psychotic.
for,
Yeah.
you know, other big play.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
like-
Chiefs might not have been able to convert on something like that as well as your Titans would have, right? You're inherently giving those teams an advantage.
This is the last thing, and then we can move on. The thing that I like about NFL overtime is that it is a game like atmosphere. It is like you kick off, you have a drive, you do all that. And with college, it just feels hokey sometimes. Yeah, it's fun. And that's why we love college football. But it's at some point, you're just like, all right, how many drives start on the 25-yard line and how many defenses can get a stop and not allow any points? from a 25-yard line. At some point, it's a little hokey.
It's built to
Um,
get to like the third overtime.
Yeah, exactly. So and that's why they added the 2-point conversion thing, because they were like, oh yeah, well, this has got to end at some point. So
Don't need 20 overtimes.
yeah, exactly.